All right, y'all. I truly want to vent with y'all because I don't know if I'm like the only one who's ever been through this in her life or what, but I do want to like talk about it. My whole life, I've been too scared to like speak up. So if something was bothering me, I never really spoke up. I was just really shy, really quiet. I was always the type of person that I avoided confrontation, even though I looked confrontational. Like back then, I would literally let people insult me, hurt me, say what they wanted to say about me, and you just used to keep quiet because I didn't want to start any problems, any drama, none of the sorts. So I just literally basically left people push me around, degrade me, hurt me, say whatever they wanted to say. And I just used to keep my mouth shut because I didn't know how to stand up for myself. I didn't know how to speak up for myself. But now with being a mom, being older, knowing that that's not the way someone should talk to you, someone should treat you, someone should, do anything to you like that. I've kind of been putting boundaries and I've been standing on my 2 feet and I have been saying how I feel when I feel it. And if I don't like it, I tell the person, I don't like this, and I stand on it. There's no more backtracking. There's no more, settling for less. No, I'm not doing that. You know why, guys? Because I have 4 kids that go to school right now, and all 4 of my children are differently, and they all do things differently. And I remember that I had to teach Alea and Emmy first and tell them, when you're wrong, you're wrong. When you're right, you're right. Treat people with kindness, they'll treat you with kindness. And if they don't, it's okay. You were already kind. You already did your part. And I remember that my mom raised me like that. My mom was really big on treat others how you want to be treated. Don't bully. Don't do none of that. And I remember that I used to get bullied and my mom used to get upset because she's like, well, at some point you have to stand up for yourself. At some point you have to talk. At some point you have to set your boundaries with people, because if you don't, it's going to follow you into your adult life. And y'all, it followed me into my adult life, and it so did. And I'm not even joking. Now that I'm standing up for myself, I'm being called the bad person. I'm being told that I am changing for the worse. I'm being told all these things. I'm not changing for the worse. I'm changing for myself. And it's not even changing. It's now actually having my voice and using my voice, rather than letting you, move me around. I'm not a puppet. I'm not Woody or, freaking Light Buzzier from Toy Story, where you pick me up, you play with me, then you put me down, and then I'm myself and I'm getting up from the floor, dusting myself off like a little toy that's been thrown around all day. No. But mainly, I'm starting to speak up for myself so my children, hopefully in the future, when someone does them a certain way, they're not letting no one toss them around and play with them, and they're speaking up for themselves. Because speaking up for yourself and being rude is 2 completely different things. Okay, you could stand up for yourself and not be disrespectful only when needed to. And that I'm really big on that at that point in my life. If you are going to speak to me crazy and treat me like garbage, then I'm going to react, and my reaction isn't going to be nice, because why should it? You can't expect kindness when you're being unkind. And I don't know, it's really hitting me that a lot of what I'm going through right now, especially with all this family issue, is because I never set my boundaries. That's because I never stood on my 2 big girl feet and spoke up, because I was too scared. I was too shy. I didn't want people, to see me differently. I didn't. And now that I'm actually older, I'm realizing that letting people walk all over you and play with you is not good either. And especially because I have children that see that, and I don't ever want my children to feel like that's what they have to take when they don't.